back. So sorry about that. I had to log back in again because, and then, power source and all of that. Okay, so I'm bringing back Akintola, the CEO of Bling's Group. Okay, I'm bringing him right back. All right. So I've sent you an invite. I'm bringing him back. And as I said earlier on, Friday was International Youth Day, and this is like a continuation of all of the conversation that the world has been having concerning, youth development, ageism, solidarity when it comes to, all ages across board, and talking about equity and all of that. So we started before I went. Right, we started talking, about what drives his passion towards the youth. I don't know if he's okay. I'm sending him another invite. Hopefully, this works. Right, okay, so he's back. All right. So, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
This is Nigeria. So yes,
Yeah.
please go ahead. We started talking about what drives you, towards youth development or helping the youth or doing so many things for the youth. And I love the fact that you said you started on in life early. I didn't want to jump in because I am one of those late bloomers. I didn't start in life well, so to say. I didn't start as early as that in life, So, and I see a lot in a lot of ways how it has affected me in life. And I love the fact that you have recognized that getting a head start in life early, has a lot of positive outlook for an individual. So please continue.
Yeah, like I was saying, starting early helped me a lot. I didn't get to the limelight on time, but I took time to develop myself. I'm a kind of person that I believe God created the world with two people because He believed in growing, starting small. God had the power to create a billion people in a day, but He chose to start with two people. So I'm a kind of a person that anything I want to do, even till date, I like starting small. I like starting small. So I believe in that so much. So starting early is very thing.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, is it from me?
I okay. Can you hear me
Is
now?
it? Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. It's better now. Can you hear
Right.
me?
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can hear you. Maybe it's my generator. I'm not too sure I can hear you well.
Okay.
Can you
Can you
say
hear me now?
something so I can?
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Is it
Okay.
better
All
now?
right.
Okay.
So yeah. So let's bring it back home, before we even talk about what Unreal is all about and all of that. Let's bring it back home. We look at a lot of this Gen Z because the focus is majorly when people talk, the focus is usually on this present generation, and that's talking about the Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
Many people believe that Gen Z don't really have it, but they assume that they know what they're doing. And in terms of the culture, in terms of the value, in terms of the skill, productivity, there are so many things that past generation kind of feel that Gen Z don't have. And the Gen Z also believe that, the past generations, they've not done well. And like, you guys didn't do well. We are the in thing. We are the new trend. What is your opinion as regards to that?
Okay, my opinion in regards to that is, I'm not from that generation either. I'll be 40. I'll be 40 in a year. I'm not from that generation too. But I believe the reason for that is, the world is evolving. The world is evolving. Things are changing. Even from our generation, it was not as rapid as it is now. But we felt the same way with our parents. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, I'm not from that generation, but I feel we felt the same way with our parents too. We felt they were doing things in a slow way. We felt they did not understand what we were doing back then. Because I could remember when I was in secondary school, there were times my parents would be like, they don't really understand what event was then. Do you understand? But now I feel the cause of the rapid change now is because of the world has evolved rapidly. When we talk about the computer age and everything, the way they see things are different. And now there's something I've noticed, back then when we were growing up, you can hardly be successful overnight. You have to, go to university, work for a couple of years before you can make your millions. But now, let's face the fact, the likes of Facebook and others, they didn't have a university degree and they started from their garage and they become billionaires. See, the world, like I say, I'm a brand strategist. People understand what you do more than what you say. Do you understand that? No matter what you tell these children, these kids of nowadays, see, they have one uncle that has gone to university, had like 3 masters, PhD, and everything, and he can't even afford a good car. But they have this young chap that is a dropout in school and he's a billionaire. So,
Mm.
people tend to, to be attracted to what they see rather than what you tell them. See, this is one of my motivation. I don't like doing anything bad. I hate fraud. I hate scam. But my motivation was when I had some neighbors. They don't go out. They are scammers, but they change their cars every month. So I was like, how will I explain to my children that this is not right? What I'm doing is right. So I have to put in like double work just to make sure I live good. So I can tell them that this is the right way because they can see that I'm living good. It's more than what you tell them nowadays. They want to see it happen. You can't just
Mm.
stand, you can't just sit and, not making any impact and tell them that this is right. They will not listen because, they are of the age where you can sit with your system at home, even doing the right thing and make money. So the only way you can convince them that scam is bad is to show them the other way of making money in a legitimate way, close to the scam, but not scam. Sure you understand. You just have to show them. When I talk to the young people, I'll tell them when I was growing up, I didn't come from a rich background. I could remember when I was in secondary school, the same secondary school I was attending is the same school I'll take Zobo to go and deliver. Anytime I'm going to school in the morning, I'll put a cooler of Zobo on my head to school. So I didn't have it easy, but I just had to make things happen in the right way. That is the only way to tell these youths. I know a lot of people have spoken to that. Okay, stop scamming. I'll teach you how to do the legitimate work and make money from it. But how will I tell them that stop scamming, but I can't tell you the alternative? It will not work. So instead of, see, our parents made money from working from government. Where is the job now? So you don't have to tell them that this is right without telling them the alternative that is good. You have to show them. Now, see, one of the reasons why I'm driving a big car is just to show people that everybody knows my credibility. I don't sell my awards. I don't do anything. But I have to work hard to make myself look good outside so they can see that doing good is even profitable. So, this is what we need to, to convince this generation. They are, see, don't let us lie to ourselves. They are smarter than us because the information they consume, what we went to school for 7 years to learn, they can easily learn it on the system. They can easily learn it on YouTube. So you understand? So let us stop lying to ourselves. This generation, they are smarter than us. The only way we can let them believe in us is to show them results. Even brands, when I talk to brands on sponsorship of events, brands deal with numbers. No matter how good you are, they will not sponsor your event if you don't have the numbers. So it's as simple as that. If you want to convince these youths that, okay, this is the right path to trend, let's show them the results. Just show them the results. You don't have to be a billionaire, you don't have to be a millionaire, but show them that this is 1+1 that I did 3 years ago. This is the result the 4th year. They can think of going through that line, but if you don't have anything to show and you're just telling them the word of mouth that, okay, this is the way to go about this thing, they will not believe you. They are smarter than us. See, my son is just 4 years old. My son will pick up my phone, go to Netflix, just open everything, and he's just 4. He's just 4. My son will call me that, daddy. Okay, there was a day I was even singing this Machala song that I want to be like Machala. My son said I want to be like my daddy. I was proud because he saw the results. He saw the results. It's this simple. Once they put on the TV, people they see on TV, yeah, when they come to my events, they see them. That's results. These kids, they want results. You can't just sit them down. Okay, if you want to tell, okay, there was a day my daughter, she did something wrong, and I spanked her, and she cried. And I taught them that no matter when I spank you, you come back and apologize to me because that means you've done something wrong. So she came back to me and apologized, and I was like, okay, I'm forgiving you. I'm also sorry for spanking you. And you know what she told me? She said, why did you beat me? I said, because you offended me. And my daughter was like, but you offend God too now, but God does not beat you. You can imagine, from a 6-year-old, it is obvious that these people are smarter than us. The only way we can let them listen to us is just for us to show results. I know the country is not fair on everybody, but let's just try and work hard, even if it's not that like 100% results, but even if it's 40%, let's show them some results. Don't let's just sit back and say, okay, these children, they want to have it big. It's because they've seen people that made it big. Facebook came from nowhere, a dropout, to a billionaire. That's what they see. We saw our parents going to school, working with government for like 50 years before making some things happen. So that is how we were programmed. But these people, they are programmed in such a way that you cannot, even if you don't go to school, you can sit back at on your system, create an app, and make billions from that. Just go to the studio, sing like Wizkid, and make billions from that. So you understand? So we have to see that it's just like the old saying that if you want to catch a monkey, you have to act like a monkey. You can't catch a monkey acting like a lion. So if you want to influence these people, just act like them. If you see my post online, if I go to anywhere, I'll record myself. I'm 40, I'm close to 40, but I still act like I'm 22. That is how they get to believe in me. They feel we share this common interest. That is how they claim to believe in me. Because let me not lie to you, LadyGwen. If a woman of 120-year-old, if a woman of 120 should come to you and try to influence you, you will find it hard to believe. Because you'll be like, she's coming from way different generation. You'll be like, you can't do what she's doing. So you understand? So if we want them to believe in us, we have to act like them, one, and we have to show them results. We are in a result-driven society now. Nobody will believe your story if you can't show results. Even brands will not sponsor you if you can't show results. So you understand? So basically, I think that is just about it.
Okay, I think I got two things from the things you've said. Number one is that even those, if you know that you have something to do with the present generation or every present generation, or you want to be able to give back to the youth, you need to come down to their level.
Exactly.
You need to understand their level. So I got that right. And I think probably that's also where the missing link has been, that, the past generation is, we are so distant, from the present generation, that we just feel that Oh, probably even the past generation, we are stuck up in our own generational gap or limits,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say that we do not want to relate or come down to the level of the present generation. But you see, I see a lot of indiscipline, with the present generation. Okay, for instance, you started teaching your children the culture that brings value.
yeah,
I see a lot of times that this present generation, even our style of parenting, is devoid of that culture of value. You see, because it is our own culture, for you to spank a child and for you to say, you know what, come back and ask me, why did I spank you? And, apologize. And that
yeah,
becomes enough, you know. But that's a culture and that's value, that you're teaching these children. I see a lot of people or a lot of this present generation having that missing link of being culturally aware and being having value. What is your take on that, and where do we go from there?
yeah. I believe it's the adoption of Western culture, because it all boils down to the exposure to internet and every other we are trying to be like them. When you go to UK, people sue their parents for spanking them and stuff like that. And we believe, see, it is not when we water down our culture that we will become like them. That is I think that's the mistake most parents. That is where most parents are mixing it up. I spank my children and I make them understand why I spank them. And most people, I teach them they must speak Yoruba. It does not affect their English. See, I know a lot of Yoruba teachers that they are very, very good in English, So I don't think that is the way out. As in, some people are even proud that their children can't speak Yoruba, which is very wrong. And I think that is where they are missing it. They believe if their children act like the foreigners, they'll be smart like the foreigners. And I think that is where they are missing it. My like my son now, he was like the overall best in his class, and he speaks Yoruba. I spank him. So I don't think, wanting him to, to act like the Westerner will make him smarter in any way. So I believe you are right about that. That is where most parents are missing it. When you don't raise your
Probably also it's also as a result of the content, when I say content they see online, for instance, music, you know um, a lot of musical style have changed over the years, and these are some of the people that they're taking as role models. Probably that's also maybe the flip side of some of these issues.
Yeah, and yeah, to some extent. But I believe what they see, who they meet, you have more influence on them than the people they see on TV. They see you every day. My children listen to all these musics, and I see the problem we have as African or probably Nigerian is we just try and shut our kids away from some things without explaining why to them. You know, Even in branding, the brand reason is very important, because that is what aligns every move you make. Is the reason that aligns every move you make. So, when I see my children singing a particular song that I don't want them to, I don't just shout on them and tell them to stop. I tell them the reason why they should not sing these songs. So you understand? My children will
Yeah.
even come to me and ask, Daddy, have you heard this latest song? Is it good? Is it good? Can we sing it? Because I've made them realize why some songs are bad and why some are good. But some parents will just shout on their children, don't see this, don't do this, don't do this. But you are not telling them the reason why they should not do this and not do that. So I believe that is very important. We should educate ourselves. Let them know why. Okay, sing this song. Why? Okay, even if if you like this song too much and you're asked to sing in church, you might sing it. and God does not like those songs. This song is bad. It portrays this. Make them understand why. And I believe that is why we have drug issues in Nigeria. See, I will educate my children about all the drugs. I won't hide it from them, because if they get to know about the drugs outside from the wrong hands, that will be a disaster. But let them know this is alcohol. If you drink it, this is what will happen. And if you can control yourself, this is what will happen. But don't just tell them that alcohol is bad, this thing is bad. They will just say, okay, it is bad. But when they go outside, their friends will give them reason to drink it, because you have not given them reason not to. So they'll end up drinking it. So you understand? So let's give these people reason. They are smarter than us in every way, because what they consume, information, food, everything is better than what we had when we were small. So their brain they think faster than
Are you
us.
sure about that? As in terms of food, I agree. I agree on technology, but in terms of food, I doubt it too. A lot of, back then we were consuming things fresh from the garden and all of that. That one is something, you know.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
maybe.
it's all, you know, a lot of not nutritional, or the food that don't even have
Yeah,
nutrients and
maybe.
junks.
Maybe I'm talking from my own perspective. When I was growing up, I didn't have the opportunity to eat well, but my kids are doing that now. Maybe that's where I'm talking from. Maybe that's why I
Right.
said,
I think
better.
so. And
Yeah, yeah,
and I think from what you just said, I think a lot of parents need to do better, because apparently the if you want your youth to get better in terms of character, in terms of value, in terms of vision, ideas, and all of that. Parents need to really get involved and really do more,
yeah.
really do a lot of paying attention. But like you rightly said when we started, that the society, our economy, is not friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm also wondering, how can parents juggled a whole lot of these things together, the poor economy, the poor system, and all of that, and then parenting at the same time. I'm just wondering, really.
Yeah, but
But
I know it's not
yeah, go
easy.
ahead.
Yeah, I know it's not easy. But when you think about the consequences of not taking good care of your children, then you find time to do that. Because see, like the Yoruba would say that, I don't know how to say this in English, that if you don't build your children,
Say it in Yoruba, please.
yeah, that
Say it in Yoruba.
ọmọ tá bá kọ́ ló máa gbélé tá bá kọ́ tà. It means if you don't build your children, they will end up selling the house you built. Sure you get.
Yeah.
So why us need to build a house that the children will sell if you don't build the children? Sure you get. So if you think deep and look at the future and think about the consequences of not bringing up your child in a good way, you find time to do it. And there's another thing. These children, like we said, we want our children to be better than us. And all the bad attitudes that we have, those children we have times 10 of those bad attitudes. So at times, they are just being a Superman of the attitude we have. So let's check ourselves. See, I had an interview with a body from Canada during the COVID-19, during the COVID-19, when we are home at the COVID-19, yeah? And the lady asked me a question that, what's the future of Nigeria? And I said, it is hard for Nigeria to be better, because you go to pick your children from school and you take a one way. What are you teaching those children? When they start driving, they'll start taking the wrong way, because they saw daddy take wrong way every time. So what are we saying? We have to watch ourselves. Don't do anything bad if you don't want to raise bad children. like I told you earlier, these children, they do what we do, not what we say. You can you can tell them 100 times that, okay, this is the right thing. But what do you do day in, day out? These children are smart. They see what you do. You take the wrong way. When you are driving, you say bad words and everything, and you get home and you want to force good words into their brain. It won't work. So you have to watch yourself.
Perhaps we're an hypocritical nation.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah.
We're
Because
hypocritical.
I was discussing with someone like 2 days ago, and the person said, "Okay, our leaders are bad," and I said, "What about we followers? Are we good? Do you pay your tax? Do you do the needful? We don't do all these." See, all our leaders, I think 2 years ago, I did a concept on my awards that spoke a lot about Nigeria. As a citizen, are we good citizens? We're always crying for good leadership, but are we good citizens? Because if we had mastered the act of good citizenship, we choose leaders from we citizens now. Leaders don't come from abroad. Leaders don't come from heaven. We choose within ourselves. So if we are
Yeah.
good citizens, we'll find it easy to pick a good leader. And once you are good, you are good. It's just like me. I don't sell my awards, and everybody knows that. If peradventure I feel like, okay, let me go into politics, I know a lot of people will still trust me with some offices that, okay, this guy is credible. It does not start yesterday. It does not start last year. It started about 10 years ago. That's why I tell people, what are you doing with your today? We want our tomorrow to be good. We want good leaders, but we don't even obey traffic lights. To start.
Oh, dear. Okay, so the network is trying to give up on us, one more time. But I'm hoping that okay, probably I might just take you out for a second so that you can go and then come back again. Oh dear. Maybe I don't want to end that. I don't know. Let me see if I can take you out and then if you can hear me, maybe you should log back out, maybe you should log out and then log back in again. That might solve the network problem. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. I can't even take you out. So sad. Okay, well, we've been having this conversation about Gen Z and the better version. So I can't seem to take you out. If you can hear me, Tola, uh, log out and log back in again. Or log out and log back in again, Tola, so that I can add. Okay, great, 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 great. This is what we go through, every time, or most times that we have conversation. The network is sometimes not friendly. So, but I guess we can't afford to give up. Okay, so you're back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay, please continue. Continue.
Yeah, like I said, like I was saying, we have to just look inward. this is what I do with my own self, my personal, I don't know, maybe it's because of my knowledge about branding. Because basically, branding is what people think about you. We all complain about backbiting. That this guy said this at my back. This guy said this behind my back. But let's come to think of it. If it was good words, we wouldn't complain. We won't complain. Have you ever heard someone said, that guy told this guy that I'm good at what I do? Why will you tell him that? That is bad. Nobody will complain about that. And come to think of it, like the CEO of Amazon said, your brand is what people say when you are not in the room. That is your brand. And we always blame our environment. We don't check inward. We always feel, okay, I'm doing this because of this. I'm doing this because of this. So the way I do my thing is, if people complain about me, I'll look around. How many people are complaining? If it's 2 out of 8 people, then I'll know that your brand is not meant to be loved by everybody. So you don't have to worry about that. But if 7 to 6 to 8 people are complaining about you, just look inward. Look inward. Search yourself. How can I improve on myself? Don't blame the environment. Because a lot of people are not making things happen because they keep blaming the environment. When I was about starting Blingz Event Awards about 7 years ago, a lot of people said it will not work in Ibadan. A lot of people said that it's not going to work. That Ibadan will not embrace this, Ibadan will not embrace that. And I was like, I'm not going to allow you talk down my dream, I was like, I'll make things happen. I'll show a lot of people that, okay, in this Ibadan, a lot can happen without the help of the government or without selling awards or anything. And, I thank God today, a lot of people, they are looking up to the brand. And I'm happy because, a post came up. Facebook reminded me of a post about 9 years ago. I posted that I want people to look at me and say, I didn't give up because of you. When I saw the post, I was like, wow, a 9-year dream of, wanting to influence people, wanting to wanting to do things the right way. I would have gone into, maybe selling awards. It's not that I don't have money. It's not that I'm just like everyone else, but, I just feel, let me just give my best. And after giving my best,
Once
so help
again,
me
so
God.
sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, you're
Yeah.
back. Right. Okay. So that we can wrap up, we started talking about what drives you into youth development and all. Every year, I think on Riddle conference is held for like 3 years consecutively. And even when we thought it was not going to hold, we still had it, and it all went great and good. This year, we are having on Riddle conference again, right? Can you hear me, Tola? Are you there? Okay, probably if you can hear me, maybe what you should do is to log out and log back in. Maybe you should log out and log back in so that, okay, great. So I'll just invite you again. So once the network fails, just log out and log back in. Uh, well, thank you for joining us. If you've been following our conversation for the last couple of minutes, thank you very much for joining us. Remember that there will be a replay of this video it will be put up, right on my page. So I've sent you an invite. It will be put up on my page and also on my YouTube channel. so you can also go right there
Oh,
to watch. Right. Okay. So you're back. Now, I was
no.
saying that, that this year, are we having on Riddle conference yet?
Yes. Yes,
Okay. So
definitely.
do tell me what is this year's on Riddle conference all about? Is it going to be different from the last two or three 3 years, on Riddle conference? What is on Riddle conference is even all about to start with?
You know, when it comes to creating events, we are blessed with that. You know, we bring new things every year. We've never done the same thing in 2 years. And for the past 4 years, we've been doing different ideas, bringing different concepts to the table. And this year is all about teaming up because we want to establish, the effect of teaming up. You know, you can't do it all alone. You have to team up with some people. And the way I've always been doing our radio conference is not about me. I want everybody to be involved. You know, it's a community thing. I can't do it all alone. You know, it's like a social responsibility. Let's give back to the society together and make things happen. And this year we are dealing with the economic crisis. You know, the country is bad enough to discourage any entrepreneur from starting up any business. And despite the economic crisis, we want people to believe that you can still start any business. The greatest business in the world are businesses that create solution to any problem. And having a problem is like a plus to entrepreneurs. So then don't let's see it in the light that okay, things are not going to work well. Let's see it from the perspective that this is
Okay. Okay. Oh dear. It's just the network, not a game. Right. Okay. So, once again, so sorry about that. This is Let's Talk with LadyGwen, and my guest has been no other than my dear, darling brother, Akintola Ayinde. He is the group uh, the CEO of Blinks Group. I've sent you an invite, CEO Blinks Group, and it's such a pleasure, to talking to him. He's also the organizer or convener of on radio conference and also convener of the Blinks Awards. It's like one of the biggest awards in Southwest Nigeria, and it's such a pleasure, to be talking to him today. Right. We've talked about, or he's talked about so many, issues that has to do with the Sorosuke generation, the Gen Z. Thought I've sent you an invite in case you can hear me. So he's talked so much about, the missing link and how we can bridge the gap between the Gen Z, the Sorosuke generation, and the past generation. And I love the fact that, he's also talked about culture. My goodness, is unable to join. Okay, I've resent. So, and I love the fact that Great is back. I love the fact that he's talked about culture and value. That the past generation could actually teach, and those in the present generation can actually also learn, and that is very crucial. All right, so we were talking about on video conference, and you talked about teaming together with other people, to have a formidable conference. I'm also going to ask, what is on video conference about? When we look at on radio conference, what can we say that is it a knowledge base? What does it really speak to? Before I ask you the next question.
yeah, it's a knowledge based conference. Giving back to society. Basically, it's like a follow up to the Blinks Event Awards. We don't want to keep celebrating successful people. We want to create more successful people. So, we are using our influence to bring on board successful entrepreneurs to, to come and talk to the startups, the new entrepreneurs in the city and, outside the city, for them to know that it is possible. Because what we hear often is, discouragement and, people telling you this cannot work. I've gone through that space to, where people discourage you and make you feel it will not work. And if I had gave up, that's why I always say I gave up on giving up. If I had gave up then, I won't be here today. And I know we have potentials, rather than killing them, let's water them. Like I said earlier, this generation, they want to see results. Show them, like a friend of mine, one of the panelists, Goodness Miracle, he has like 4 schools in Ibadan, very big one. A lot of people will tell you that cannot happen in Ibadan, but it happened. Yeah, like a friend of mine, the CEO of Fanfaro Oil, is a oil company in Ibadan. We have a lot of people making waves in Ibadan, making waves. So if they can do it, you can also do it. That's the motivation. Let's make them see how it's done. I'm sure a lot of people started the event because of me, because a lot of people felt it cannot happen. But I almost burst into tears my last hours when I saw, the likes of you coming from Lagos, people coming from Abeokuta. See, when I met Ali Baba 2 years ago, he recognized me right away. It was like Blings, Ibadan. It says a lot. People are saying this is a global world. People are saying, we're in a global village now. People are seeing you from everywhere. I was surprised when one of my nieces was using me as a case study for a project in Canada. When they sent me the write-up, I was blown away. Everybody's watching. So let these youths see this rather than, telling them it's not possible. A failed person will always want you to fail, and there are some people that discourage you. It's not that they are doing it for the bad of it. That is, they can't see above their, their understanding. Their understanding is it can't happen. But we know that it can happen. Let others see that it can happen. So it's as easy as that. That is what Unread is all about. Let us create more successful people. Just imagine Ibadan having like 20, 40 blings. Sponsors will run down to Ibadan to come and sponsor events. It's a win-win situation. You know how it is. You're a media expert. You know how it is. If Coca-Cola is making millions by sponsoring one event, Pepsi is looking for another event to sponsor. Biggie is looking for another event to sponsor. So, let's make sense together. Let's support each other and make it happen. So that is what our review is all about. Let's encourage our youth, startups. There's this business that started right about time we started Oridu conference. It was dealing with self-esteem. He was dealing with self-reject. He was dealing with, he wasn't sure of the business. And, he came to Oridu One. We encouraged him. And let me tell you now, he has a show on Star Times, a cooking show on Star Times. Just 3 years. Just 3 years. So if we can have like 20, 40, 100 people like that, they will encourage others to do better. He has a show on Star Times, just 3 years. There's a video we recorded with Already One. He said it that he's dealing with self-esteem, that people don't believe what he's doing. He doesn't even believe what he was doing then. But when he came to the conference, he saw other people, when they told, when they shared their story, how they started, that I started from nothing. It was, some young people believe if you are not from a rich family or you don't do anything shady, you can't make it. But there's a lot of people out there that are doing it the right way and they are making things happen. We just have to make them understand that it's not going to come easy. Like I tell my teammates, if it's easy, then it might be a setup. Yeah, it's not. See, when you tell me that it's not easy, I'll tell you that means there's something good coming your way. It doesn't have to be easy. I've been doing events for 28 years. It's still not easy. If it's easy, that means you're not growing. This morning, if you check my status, I still posted that Konisumi Koniremi. I still find it hard to improve, but I will improve by fire by force. It's not easy, but you have to do it anyway. If you don't do it, next year you add a year to your age and it's not done. So why not do it and add a year to your age? You know, you grow old anyway. So just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Nobody will do it for you. See, people will come to me and say, you are wise now. How? I'm not wise. I'm just, I'm just like, I don't just want to give up. It's not easy for me. When I do events, it's not easy for me. Like right now, I'm doing a free event, and I still have some money to to come up with. I sold, see, the Oridu shirts. I sold about 120 shirts on my own. The bottle package. And let me tell you something. The bottle package. I packed everything with my bare hands. Nobody helped me. When people say Blings, Blings, the whole Blings that you think, I packed all the shirts myself. The numbers on the jersey, I numbered all the jerseys myself. 120 jerseys sold as we speak now. I numbered everything myself. I packed everything myself. So it's not going to be easy, but let them see the results. I know a lot of youth, I know a lot of Gen Z that want to put in the work, but just show them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And they will make things happen. But don't just tell them that you are doing it the wrong way. I started events because I believe, it was this bad when I was in school. I studied because I felt if I don't study, there will not be room for improvement for me. That was why I went to the university. I studied computer science because my sister was studying computer science. And because what I hear everywhere then was computer age. So I was preparing for the computer age. That even whatever I want to do in my life, if I study computer, I'll still be useful for, it will be useful for anything. I never thought of being a doctor or anything. I just wanted to do what I love doing, even if I fail at it. I just want to be happy. I didn't want to make money, but I just want to be happy. And I still meet a lot of this Gen Z. I still meet a lot of them every day that they just want to do what they love. But what we just need to tell them that if you do this, this is the result you get, and show them how it is done. Show them the result. Don't talk them down. Like I said, they are smarter than us. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, they are smarter than us. But that brain, don't allow them to use it in the wrong way, by pushing them away, by making them feel we don't understand their ways, by making them feel, just assuming you are smarter than someone now, and you are trying to explain to someone that is dull. Let's see ourselves as being dull compared to them. And if you are trying to explain something to someone that is dull, you get to a point that you just be like, just go. You can't understand. And that is the point they start shutting us off. They won't tell us their progress. They won't tell us what they are going on. And if they are doing it the wrong way, we won't know.
Right. Yeah.
And even though they are smarter than us, we are more experienced than them. And that is the only way we can use to influence them, our own experience. So we have to carry them along. Let's act, even if we think they are dumb, they are younger than us, they are dumb. Let us pretend we are also dumb, just to make them do the right thing. So you get. Now, I like 50% of my friends are like 15 years older, 15 years younger than me. Like 50% of my friends, they are like better.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Yeah. I think that is why I understand them better. I have younger friends. I have friends that I have friends that I'm old enough to be their dad. So that is why I understand them. They have a lot to offer, but we just have to make them see reasons to offer that and show them results, no matter how small. Let's show them that this is workable, this is possible. That's the way forward.
Okay. Now you talked about those you're teaming up with. Are there brands or something that probably we should be expecting that day, that maybe they've collaborated with you, to bring the Unreader conference?
Yeah. Bas- yeah, for our radio conference, you know how we do it. We always team up with as much as we can team up with, being individuals, brands. Like, you are part of a radio conference, you've contributed to a radio conference, by shopping to support. It feels good when about 200 people are contributing. The country is not smiling.
Oh, dear. Oh. Okay, we are having network issue once again. Okay, network issue once again. Probably you could log out and just rejoin, and probably that will make things better a little. But we've been talking about radio conference, and sincerely speaking, in the last three editions, I'm not too sure I've missed maybe once or thereabouts. I'm not so sure, you know. I'd also been part of on radio from the very first edition, so I know that it's a conference that is life changing, especially for the youth, and it brings out the best, in our youth. So it's also a conference that you attend and you have a rethink. You attend and then you begin to ask yourself some questions and wanting more. So if you're a youth or you have youth around you, please ensure that they go register and they attend a radio conference. And at the same time, are you back on now? Okay, probably you can log out and come back to join. That probably might solve, this temporary problem of poor network. And if you have not registered, as I said, please do go register. It's happening at, I think, in Ibadan Business School, thereabouts. So, but when Tola comes back, he will be telling us where it's happening and some of the speakers. Right. I know that Laptop will be there. I know that I Riser, with the clothing line will be there, and some other people as well. So do Tola, if you can hear me, log out and come back to join us. Log out and come back to join us again. I'll send you another invite. So, um, as I was saying, that for the Onredo conference, it's one of a kind. It's just a very special gathering. It's a convergence. I would say it's a convergence of youths that want to dominate, that want to have their mindset reorientated and have, themselves has asking themselves, what is the more, what is the next level? You get to hear other people's story, how they built it, their dreams and their vision, their dream businesses and all. So you don't want to miss it. At the same time, do go get your t-shirts. I have gotten my thanks to Transparency Speak. My brother Transparency Speak is the speaker. One of the times I'm going to be bringing him on. Let's talk with LadyGwen. So do go get your t-shirts to support on radio conference. It's just 6,000 naira, for you to have your t-shirts. It's a token, not actually because you want to get the t-shirt, but it's a token to support the conference itself. All right, that's why it is 6,000 naira. But every year that they put out this t-shirt, they come with great value, great brand, or should I say great fabric and all that. So you're not just supporting, you're having yourself a great brand as well. Okay. So this year it's all about Jesse and having your numbers, your team as a team player. So we are all team players. You heard him, over I think 200 he said, Jesse I've been told and all that. So do go get yours. Akintola, if you can hear me, I sent you an invite. So hopefully you get to join and then we get to wrap up the conversation. Right. Can't join. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Right. Okay. Akintola, if you can hear me, I've sent you another invite. I have sent you another invite. Hopefully you can hear me. Uh, and hopefully you can join back up. And if not, probably I will just do the wrap because I don't want Instagram to log me out. I just always want it to be like 1 hour and then, I'm done. All right. So, well, I guess I'm not too sure if Akintola can join back on, but, some of the things we've been talking about has been, oh dear, some of the things we've been talking about has been um, some things that the younger generation should take home. We should be able to imbibe in them cultural values. When I say cultural values, the fact that uh, you know we 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 just need to have those values, that speaks to our character, like integrity, respect, courtesy, some of these great and good characters, and also for us not to conform with our society. Well, I guess this is where probably I would maybe appreciate Akintola, the CEO of Links Group, because I'm not sure he's able to join us back on. But at the same time, I remember that he talked about self-evaluation, that it's for you to evaluate yourself when people are making certain judgments of you. Ask yourself, are these things really, really true about you? Are these things really, do they really exhibit your true self or true character? Do they really speak to you? And do a real life self evaluation so that you're true to yourself and you can make a change. I mean, that's the only way that we can grow. All right. And lastly, we've been talking about on radio conference, and remember, follow. Great. Okay, so you're back.
Yeah.
It's been a tough one. All right. So where is our radio conference taking place? Give us the address. How can people be a part of it? I know it's usually free. This
Yeah,
year is
yeah, it's
also
free.
free. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 it's free.
Okay. So how can people be a part of it?
Yeah, the Onridu conference is coming up on Thursday, August 25. Yeah, Onridu 5 is coming up August 25 at the Ibadan Business School, Bodija. Yeah, Ibadan Business School, Bodija. And, to participate, you can come and register on the event day or go to Onridu_conference on Instagram. Then you scan the barcode on the flyers and you register. You know, we have limited space left, so it's better you register on time. And attendees can also win free skill acquisition because for people that don't have an existing business, we have a couple of top business people that are willing to take you on a good journey, to teach you what they do and put you through, to start your own business.
Right. Okay, great. I mean, it all sounds really great to me. And I want to thank you for coming on my live show. Not
Yeah,
just
thank you for
coming,
having me.
but but I want to also appreciate you for everything you do for the city, for your state, for Southwest. Sincerely speaking, from the very
Thank
first
you
day
so
I
much.
attended Blingz Awards, it was
Yeah.
mind blowing. And like I said earlier on when I was started to say that, your brand your branding or your venue branding is always one of a kind. You are a
Yeah,
great
thank you.
brand expert and keep
Thank you.
innovating, keep innovating. I don't know where they come from, those innovations come from, but I
I'm
think, no,
just,
seriously,
yeah, I'm just being
seriously,
myself. I'm just like I can always encourage all these people. I'm a lazy person, but a lazy person is hardworking when he does what he loves. So you understand. So that's the problem
right,
with this Gen Z. Don't let's shut them off. Let us help them discover what they love doing, and you can discover how hardworking they are. You know, we always say this Gen Z, they are lazy, they are lazy. Nobody's lazy. You are probably doing the wrong work. Nobody is lazy. Nobody is lazy. You are probably doing a wrong work. You are just on the wrong job. You know, I do like 4 events a year, and I bring on new ideas. You know, I can't even wait to unleash the next award next year. I have ideas for 2024. You know, I have ideas for 2024. And the same me, I spent 26 years of my life thinking I was good for nothing. So they just need to discover that. Let us help them discover themselves. You know, nobody's lazy. That's what I'll say. I'm a lazy person and people see me as hardworking. And that is only because I'm doing what I love.
right,
So that
right.
is just it.
Fantastic. In fact, you're making me to like just pray to God. Let 2023 come, you know, so that we can have links awards. It's always mind blowing. It's always
Thank you.
mind
Thank you.
blowing. Except I'm not in Nigeria. Except I'm not in Nigeria. I mean, I won't miss it for anything. Except I'm
Thank
not in
you.
Nigeria.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you very much, and I hope to
Yeah.
see you by God's grace at the Reader
Great
Conference.
conference.
By God's
Yeah,
grace, I
yeah,
hope
yeah,
to see you.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank
And
you. Thank you for having me.
do keep my. Are you wearing the jersey? Are you
Yeah, yeah,
wearing?
yeah, yeah. I'm wearing the jersey.
Boy, I can't wait to have my jersey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yours is coming to Lagos this week. Yeah, someone is bringing it to Lagos this week. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. My jersey was actually courtesy Mr. Transparency, and I really do appreciate it, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for giving me that jersey. Because I mean I can't do without supporting a great brand like this. So
Yeah,
thank you very much.
we appreciate you
Yeah.
so much. Even the station I'm having my Men's Connect program, I'm there because of you. Because I could remember you were the head of station when we started Blings, and you've been supporting from day one. And one of the reasons
Yeah.
I'm doing the program for the station is because of you.
Oh my goodness. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you very much. I guess this is a convenient place for us to wrap it all off. Please always remember that we need to put in our very best for the youth, for those that are coming behind us. And let's be open-minded as past generations, you know, to be open-minded to train and guide and also guard those ones that are coming. I pray that Nigerian youth will arise and be a great patriot of this nation. All right, especially the Sarasoke generation. Thank you very much for staying with me tonight. I am Lady Gwen, and God bless you. I will come back once again, again and again with Lady Gwen, with the